the tortoise who wanted to fly. Once there was a tortoise named Phalo. He lived in a quiet meadow with tall grass and a cool pond. Phalo carried his house on his back wherever he went. It was a very safe house, but it was also very slow. Phalo often looked at the distant, blue mountains and sighed. "I wish I could see the world," he whispered, "but I am too slow to ever get there." One afternoon, 2 ducks landed by the pond with a splash. Their names were Mallard and Reed. They told Phalo stories of golden deserts, sparkling rivers, and cities made of stone. Phalo listened with his eyes wide. "If only I had wings like yours," Phalo said sadly. Mallard looked at Reed and nodded. They wanted to help their friend see the wonders of the world. "We have a plan," Mallard said. Reed found a strong, sturdy wooden stick in the reeds. "You must grip the middle of this stick with your mouth," Reed explained to Phalo. "Mallard and I will each take an end in our beaks and fly you high into the air. But you must remember one very important rule. Do not open your mouth for any reason, or you will fall." Phalo was nervous, but very excited. He bit down hard on the center of the stick. He tasted the rough bark and held on with all his might. Reed took one end, Mallard took the other, and with a great flap of their powerful wings, they began to lift off the ground. Phalo felt his feet leave the grass, and his heart raced with joy. Higher and higher they went. Phalo opened his eyes and gasped, silently of course. Below him, the meadow looked like a tiny green carpet. The pond was no bigger than a silver coin. Mallard flew steadily, keeping the stick level. Phalo felt like he was the most special tortoise in the whole world. He was finally seeing the things he had only dreamed about. They flew over a village where people were working in the fields. The people looked up and pointed at the sky. They had never seen a flying tortoise before. Phalo felt a surge of pride. He wished he could tell them how brave he was. Reed kept a firm grip on the stick, focusing on the path toward the mountains. Phalo felt like a king looking down upon his land. Suddenly, a large black crow named Argo flew alongside them. Argo had shiny feathers and a very sharp beak. He circled the ducks, wondering what they were carrying. Argo was a bit of a trickster and loved to see if he could make other animals lose their focus. He let out a loud caw that echoed through the clouds. Argo flew closer to Phalo. "Well, look at this," the crow cried out. "A tortoise in the clouds. You must be the king of all tortoises, to ride so high above the earth." Phalo heard the crow's words, and his heart swelled with vanity. He wanted Argo to know that he was indeed the most important tortoise who ever lived. Phalo forgot all about the mountains. He forgot about the golden deserts. Most importantly, he forgot the duck's warning. He opened his mouth to shout, "I am the king!" But as soon as his jaws let go, the stick slipped away. Phalo began to tumble through the empty air. Reed looked down in horror as their friend fell faster and faster toward the hard ground below. Phalo hit the ground with a terrible crash, and his journey ended right there. Mallard and Reed landed nearby, looking sadly at the broken shell of their friend. They had tried to show him the world, but Phalo's curiosity had turned into foolish pride. He had wanted to see the world, but he hadn't learned that sometimes the best way to travel is to listen and stay humble.